So I've already drawn out the fox onto the canvas panel and given it a coat of acrylic gel medium and some transparent yellow or orange. And while it's wet, I'm going to use some pure white for the background and just subtly blend that in with that wet paint that's there. So this painting is basically going to be all about contrast, high contrast, a light background and a relatively dark fox against it. So it's a very graphic sort of element. Like that. Now the colours I'm using are titanium white, Payne's grey, burnt sienna, yellow ochre, raw umber, transparent orange, cadmium red, and perhaps a little bit of vermilion. Cadmium red light is very similar. Don't worry if you haven't got those colours. Similar colours will do. Okay, I'm just using my silicone tool now just to mess this up a bit and make it a bit more abstract. I like this first layer to be very messy, and also I want the background to be quite abstract. And now I'm just going to put in some of the basic colouring of the fox, which is basically burnt sienna with a little bit of cadmium orange in there. Now I'm using bristle brushes for the most part of this, and these are Meeden bristle brush set that they sent me to review for them. I'm not getting paid for this, I'm not being paid any money at all, but I do this review and let you know what I think of these brushes, and I'll let you know towards the end. But they're the one thing that I particularly don't get on with is the fact that they don't have numbers on them, so you don't know what size brush you're using. But then again, that doesn't matter because every manufacturer's brush size is different to the next, and you just go by eye anyway. What you want to use, you pick one up because you like that size, not by the number. So anyway, these brushes and all the other tools that I'm using in this video, I've left links in the descriptions below, and if you want to use those links, you'll be helping to support me on my channel, which helps me to keep bringing you these videos. But also with the brushes, with any of the Meeden products, I've put in a little 12% off code. So if you're interested in these brushes or any other of the Meeden products, then by all means use those links and use the 12% off code and get yourself a real bargain, because they're quite cheap as they are. But I really quite like them because they're relatively soft and work so well with acrylics. But as I'm painting with the acrylics, they feel like oils as I'm painting with them, with these brushes, and I really like that. So other bristle brushes tend to be really hard things, but these are just have a little bit more flexibility to them, which I find very, very nice indeed. They're very well made brushes and they work extremely well. So I'm just putting some pure white in here now, just along the highlight areas. Now remember, this is about contrast, so the dark ears against that, and the dark nose against that bright background. Now I will brighten up that background a bit more yet. It's still not as bright as I want it to be. But you can see how using a high contrast like that makes the animal really stand out. I could have done this against the dark background. That would be a different thing entirely. That would be what's classed as a low-key painting. This is a high-key painting with a nice bright background. Okay. Just putting different colourings into the fur now, the coat, using mixtures of burnt sienna, yellow ochre, cadmium orange, bit of red and a bit of Payne's grey to darken it up. But with the lights, you see, I have to go over them several times in order for them to stay bright. This happens with any paint. It will become slightly darker as it dries. So the lights will become slightly darker, so I need to go over them once it's dry in order to make them bright and make them stay bright. And I can use different greys in here as well, neutral greys, into the coat to give it variety here and there, just in certain areas. I can lighten areas up as well, and I'm using the brush quite boldly, using bold strokes. I'm just going to do this background a little bit lighter now, because basically I want the edge of the fox's head there to appear like it's blending into the light behind it. You can't actually see where the edge is because of the light. And I really like that effect. It's a backlight. I'll put some cadmium orange in now, some pure cadmium orange, just to brighten up some of these areas. Like that. So this is a mixture of abstract for the background and now impressionism for the actual fox itself. And then I'll start to put in a little bit of detail with a smaller brush as well in a moment. But use broad brush strokes. That's how you paint impressionism, an impressionist style. Now this little brush I use, this is my old worn nylon brush I use for the splayed bristle technique, where I press the brush into the paint on the palette and splay the bristles. And it works like a small fan brush really. And I can paint these little lines like this. Lots and lots of tiny little lines all in one go without having to use one tiny little brush. And it just gives the impression of detail without me actually painting detail. So it's an impressionistic detail. If that's a new way of painting, I don't know. But it's a loose style anyway. And I'll put some of those lights back in once again. Once they've dried, then you can go over them again. But you must wait till they've dried, otherwise they won't go brighter. And then some real thick paint. Now straight from the tube, more or less this is. There's no water added, so it will stay wet for quite some time. Maybe a couple of hours. If you use paint, if you squeeze paint from a tube straight out onto your palette, and it's a big blob of it, you'll see it will stay wet for hours. It's only when you thin it down and start adding water, that's when acrylics start to dry very quickly, and that's why a lot of people have problems and trouble painting with acrylics. They say it dries too fast. Well, no, it doesn't actually. You can make it dry a lot slower just by applying thicker paint and by keeping the canvas damp. Okay, I'm just going to put a few little highlights now into this eye, a little dot there, and on the nostril. So this is where I used a little brush now, just to put in a few little dots of light and highlights, just to make the animal come alive. So get some nice white and put it in the eye like that. And suddenly that eye is alive and glassy. Now, using this rigger brush and a little spray of water, I'm going to put the whiskers in. And now you can't really do this on dry canvas. It has to be damp. So give it a little spray of water and the paint will fall off the brush so much nicer and so much easier. And a few little ones into the head as well, here and there, little lighter ones. And then a few little squiggles here and there. Now, I'm also going to sign my name with a brush down in the bottom right hand corner. I don't usually do this. I normally scratch my name into the dark wet paint, but as it's not dark, I will sign it with the brush. So in general, these Meeden brushes, the brown handled ones, are extremely well made and suit acrylic painting very, very nicely indeed. I haven't tried oil painting with them yet, but I've no doubt that they will work just as well. So I'm now glazing with a little bit of yellow, with some glazing medium. And once that's done, that's the painting finished. So don't forget the 12% off coupon if you're interested in these brushes or any other Meeden products. Hopefully I will see you on my next painting video. So until then, have a lovely day and happy painting!